What's up, you guys? It's your boy Squints here with a video. This is just gonna be a video of me going over the time I did stand-up comedy. I've only done it once. I plan on doing it again sometime. I'm not sure when I'll do it, but I'm gonna get back to it soon. So it was February of 2021, and I've always wanted to do stand-up. And there's a local comedian in St. Louis named Max Price. And me and him been friends on Facebook for a while, and I had reached out to him, and he told me, he's like, oh well, there's this group on Facebook that will they'll post whenever there's open mic nights, and you sign up for it there. And I was like, okay, yeah, sounds good. So I signed up for it, and I got accepted to be on it, and I had like a week or so notice of knowing when I was going to do it, and I was writing my set for like months at this point because I'm always practicing. And so the day of, or the day before, I went over to my friend's house, and we were all good. And then that night I was just laying there, and I was just stressing. I was like, we got this. Just be chill, just be calm, you got this. So I get to the next morning, I wake up, and the show's not until like 6 o'clock that night. And I had a few friends that ended up going. I had like probably, I'm not even joking, probably like 8 or 9 people total that showed up, maybe more. I had a couple family members show up and all that. So we get in my friend's car, and we all go to the venue. And then I had to go to like this little pre-show meeting with the promoter, and he gave us the basic rules. And he's like, you have to wear your mask at all times. If you're on, unless you're on stage, and then you can take the mask off. But whenever you're waiting, please put on a mask. You're going to be sitting on the side where all the comedians are going to be for the most part. And I was like, okay. And so we all start filing in, and then I see all my friends there, and it was a packed house. I want to say there's probably 50 or 60 people in there. And I was like, oof, I wasn't expecting this for my first time, you know? Like, my first time, I always expected to be in front of like 10 or 15 people, which would have like been nice, but like, it just is how it happens. It was like right after the comedy club opened, so they were booming. And my thing is, I thought open mic nights were strictly new people, just new people. I didn't know it was gonna be like experienced comedians doing their own thing. So then there was, I want to say 12 people, maybe 13, and only me and one other guy were new. And this guy, he was sitting next to me in the little waiting area watching the show, and he was just pounding beers. He was just chugging them. And he started like looking just very anxious or whatever. And I was like, okay, he's nervous. I'm nervous too. It's cool. Let's not judge. And then he gets on stage, and he was like the 5th or 6th person, and I was 2 people after him. He gets on stage. And he was like, he said something along the lines of "prepare your anuses." He just got up there and he said "prepare your anuses," and the crowd just went silent. And then he went on and started just spitting out every cuss word imaginable. He yelled "fuck, shit, bitch, fuck, shit." Just kept on like repeating it, marching back and forth across the cage, or not cage, across the stage. And everyone was just kind of like sitting there like, what the hell is this dude's issue? And then he started going on a rant. He was like, he said something along the lines of, he's like, freedom of speech, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. And everyone was like, what the is this guy talking about? Well, then he dropped down a racial slur as loud as he could. Like, he screamed it. And I was like, what the is going on? So then, like, he got booed off stage. He got kicked out the venue. And I'm like, what the hell? I have to go, like, 2 people after that. So, like, 2 people go up. They do their sets. It was, like, 2 or 3 minute sets. I forgot exactly how long it was. I think it might have been, like, 5 minutes even. Which, like, doesn't seem like a long time unless you're up there on stage and you're like, shit, I have to do 5 whole minutes of just talking, like, to myself, basically. Not to myself, but like not having a conversation. And so then I go up to the host, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna lead you in. Don't worry, you're gonna get I'm gonna make sure you're what's it called, fine." And I was like, "All right, cool." So then he gets up there. The host is like, he's like, "Here's our second and last new guy of the night. I promise you, he's gonna be better than the last new guy." And the new guy, or the host goes, "Give it up for Jacob Noble, everyone!" Blah, and all my friends start clapping. Everyone in the venue starts clapping for me, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I get on stage, and I didn't know, like in stand-up comedy, you could write down your notes or write down your set and have like a notepad there and be able to like check on it here and there. I thought that was just like an unwritten rule of don't do that. So I just went up there and I was just trying to go off the dome. And I had my set in my head. I was ready. I was just dialed in. And I got up there and I called an audible and I grabbed the microphone and I said, "Prepare your anuses." Everyone in there starts clapping, starts cracking up. People are standing up, just screaming, like cracking up. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not trying to be like cocky, but I got the loudest reaction that night. And I was like, holy shit, there's no way this is happening right now. This is bizarre to me. So then I let the crowd calm down a little bit because I didn't want to interrupt the crowd, So then I grabbed the microphone. I speak into the microphone again, and I said, "Oh, I was nervous being the new guy here tonight, but after the last new guy, I'm pretty good. I think I'll be fine. There's no topping that, I guess." And the crowd starts going nuts again, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" I just back-to-back banger jokes. These people are going nuts. I'm freaking out up there, and I go like 2 or 3 minutes into my set. Or not even 2 or 3 minutes, I think like a minute and a half, but it feels like so much longer into my set. And then I forgot what I was gonna say. I stood there, and you'll see in the video that I'm gonna put at the end of this. I stood there and I just looked up and I got off stage. I said, "Have a great night," and I put the microphone up and I ran off stage, and everybody's clapping for me, cheering me on. The host is like, "Give it up one more time for Jacob Noble," as I'm running out the venue because I'm just nervous. I got stage fright. Those lights hit me and I was done. I get outside and all my friends and family are there like, "Oh my God, you did great. You did amazing. First time jitters, it happens, blah, blah, blah." And I go outside and I'm just sitting there. I called like my dad and stepmom, I'm pretty sure, and I told them what happened, and they're like, "Oh, it's okay, blah, blah, blah." And I'm sitting there with my friend and I'm just drinking a beer outside, just trying to get some fresh air. Because, like I said, I've been stuck in that little area for like the whole show. And this comedian who is like a local legend, I guess you could call him, like he's a pretty big deal around here. He's outside and he's just smoking a cigarette and he's like, "Listen, kid, you did a great job. I've never seen somebody do so great on their first time. It happens, blah, blah, blah." And then like 2 or 3 other comedians start saying it, and then other fans keep on coming up to me and they're telling me, they're like, "That was great, that was a good job, I wish you didn't quit, blah, blah, blah." And then like the promoter told me, he's like, "You did a great job, man. Whenever you're ready again, come up here tonight. Like, I understand the circumstances tonight were just not in your favor. I get it, man." And then like, yeah, that's how it was. And then like that whole night I enjoyed the rest of the show with my friends and family. It was just like, I don't know, it was a very fun experience, but like there's no way for preparing for those lights to hit you, because like I said, you're on stage and there's these giant spotlights just hitting you, and that's all you can see. And people always say, just look to the back of the room. You can't see the back of the room because it's all pitch black basically with that light on you. And it was a great time. I'm gonna do it again. That's the reason I'm making this video, just because I'm gonna get back on stage here soon, and I just wanted to go over the first time I did it. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and roll the clip of the set itself, because I had a friend record it. Thanks for listening, guys. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitter at YourBoySquints, on Twitter at AmandaNesPod, at TikTok at YourBoySquints, all that fun stuff. Peace. No, but really.
I walked in here being real nervous, being the new guy, and after the last new guy, I'm not nervous anymore. Anyways, enough about him, more about me. I started working at a restaurant recently, and I didn't realize how many different types of personalities you'd meet at a restaurant. For instance, I'm a busser, which means I bust the tables, clean up the dishes, all of that. And I'll come home looking like I just got in a food fight, have
Sausages.
I'll have sauce and condiments all over me.
Come on, Jake. You got it.
You're okay. You're
good,
okay.
buddy.
You got that?
You're fine.
Look at your
You're
phone
just
if you have to.
You're fine.
Jake, look at your phone.
You're good.
I'll have sauces all over me, looking like I just got in a food fight. For instance, another instance, my dishwashers, anytime I go back there and see them, they're never happy. I'll go back there and I'll say, hey man, how you doing? And they just storm off and they say, oh, living the fucking life, Jacob. And then they go out back, they smoke half a cigarette, throw it down on the ground, and then go back to cleaning dishes and repeat 10 minutes later. Servers, though, they're a whole different breed. I'll see them walking to tables with 4 to 5 dishes on their arms, carrying 4 glasses, all with a mask on their face. Everyone have a good night.